most of the time. So it's not going to help if we're doing it during a podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Right. So we have connection. It's happening. Oh, whoopsie. We have connection.
Yeah. Like literally watching it.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the... Well, hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we are here again for the next episode of KTea time, third episode of 2021. We restarted the count, I think that's going to be kind of like a yearly thing when we split it by year, but we'll see what happens. Either way, welcome to possibly one of the most quiet, empty, and depressing months in my Quest of Champions, where nothing really happens outside of 1 million bugs and game crashes. But finally, we have been blessed with some news about Alliance War, which is going to be the focus of today's stream. So I know Alliance War is not everybody's favorite subject, but worth taking a peek, see how things are going to change, especially from different perspectives that me and Mando are going to offer, because we play a bit different levels of Alliance War, and obviously our approach to that is a bit different. So without any further delay, let's say hello to Mando and let's get to it.
Yes. You may want to put the "we do not active."
I have it on. I have it on already. I'll drop it as a comment and pin it in a second.
There you go. I can. Anyway, yeah. So here we are. Episode Trace Buster of 2021. Yeah, man. A lot of I don't know. Should we call this the year of so far the year of 1 million bugs? MCOC.
Well, still early. I don't think any
Still
title will be set in concrete for a while.
For now it is. I mean, I guess we'll have to see how update in February comes along.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful that I didn't really suffer from that spider handbag bug thing.
Oh yeah, you know, I will say I was very fortunate that I did not. I don't know if it's because I already had him in my roster, but whatever the reason, very fortunate. And we're not here to talk about bug. We talked about that last week.
So, what have you been up to, by the way? How you have been enjoying the off-season and everything else that comes with it?
You know, it's been kind of nice. We're just doing boss rushes to, like, get our champs clear as quick as possible, but still get the loyalty and some shards and stuff. Really taking it easy. Not really a lot to do. And I'm with a new alliance, so we'll discuss paths and stuff once the wars actually start, but... yeah, it hasn't been too bad. How have you guys been?
Well, for us, for ASR, it seems that when it's off-season, it's really an off-season. I mean, technically, we still play every single Alliance War with an idea, with a goal to win. But you can immediately see huge drop-off in, like, daily activity. AQ is finished in, like, last hour, and people are missing, and people are bickering, and that's kind of typical off-season time, because obviously it takes quite a lot of dedication and well, vigilance during the seasons, like if you're trying to push for top 3, and it is quite exhausting, so I do understand that, but at the same time I'm extremely irritated in off seasons, because everybody seemingly goes on holidays. Kind of. Well, everybody plays like on holiday mode anyways.
They kind of recharging the batteries.
Yeah, and I'm doing my best to bite my teeth and just kind of I can't wait for season stuff. I can't. Obviously, I'm enjoying
you're a
the
competitive
sense, but
you're a competitive person.
Yeah, and there's another thing, because obviously outside of Alliance Quest and Alliance War, there isn't much happening. And it's not
True.
like I'm occupied with much else in this game right now, because I have content done and I'm just waiting for new stuff to be released or new champions to come out. And
I understand.
yeah, with that, it kind of hits extra hard when the very bare basics are not covered, but it is what it is. As we already completely organically started talking about Alliance War and movement in Alliance War, that is also going to be our first point of conversation here. The changes in Alliance War, and that's probably going to be the brunt of today's stream. Right,
Yeah,
so
changes.
I'm going to pull them up here.
Pull it up. Pull up like you're pulling up the pants on a big one, buddy.
Pulled it up already. So I'm gonna go through the announcements best I can.
Okay.
Quickly. So we're gonna start with the Alliance War tactic update, starting with the latest tactic additions listed below. We will begin pairing both attack and war defense tactics with custom champion pools using Alliance War tags, which is a big thing that we definitely do have to talk about. But we can, I think, let's stop here and let's talk about this change. Because when introducing new tactics to Alliance War, affected champions will gain new Alliance War tag that can be found onto their info page and sorted by when filtering your champion roster by tag, blah blah blah. The most important thing, we'll be phasing out the use of original tags over time. Metal, defensive, villain, size, whatever. And they're going to be using these newfound tags and groups. Right.
Right.
So, that being said, what do you think? What does this mean? How it will affect the game?
Well, okay, so for right now, the one thing we can say is, yes, they're changing the tactics from, you know, let's be honest, everyone that had the ability to use tactics in war was using Stubborn. I rarely saw anything other. So they're removing Stubborn.
Was actually in last season. I can't agree with them, because last season I think we faced Protect about 40% of the time, or 45 maybe.
Which one was that one?
Protect, the one that's likely gonna be.
Yeah, I saw that sometimes. But it was rare. It was more like, I would say 4 out of 5 times it'd be Stubborn.
Again, it was like that previous seasons. For us, it definitely wasn't like that. For us, it was about 40%.
Yeah, it changed. So higher up, you noticed it was more like almost 50-50, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I could see that kind of change. I think the biggest change is going to end up being the phasing out of the tags that we use for everything else, and them making their own tags now for specific to Alliance War. That could be a way they could, how's the way I want to say it? That could be a way they make it a little bit more challenging for us in a way that may not be intended, or could negatively affect us. But I'm cautiously optimistic it will make it more fun. Let me say that.
Well, here's the thing, because this gives them a lot more control, because they can actively exclude champions that naturally would be included in those set groups. Like currently, they, for instance, include offensive damage over time, but they're not including like Nick Fury, let's say. Or they can have a group of regeneration champions and exclude the most powerful ones. So that in itself gives them a lot more control. Like currently and that is a good and a bad thing. And that is actually a very complicated change that's happening. That's why I want to talk about it at a bit longer length. Because currently, they have kind of made their bed. Because the game has been out for 5-6 years. Right. And all of these tags kind of like naturally, historically, have been added and assigned to the champions and whatnot. And whenever they add something new, they had to take it in consideration, and every single time they had to go through every single champion that's within the group. Let's say they make a new tactic for a mercenary champion. They had to account for every single champion in that group. Couldn't exclude anybody. They couldn't include any extras. If it had the tag, it had. If it didn't, it didn't. They had to tune and focus and balance these tactics on that. Now they are a lot, and I emphasize this heavily, they are a lot more free to make nodes how they want to, And if there is some broken, crazy, hard interaction, they can just kick out a champion and still go ahead with it. But that also opens a lot more not so perfect scenarios, because as this is a model stream, with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm not entirely sure that either intentionally or unintentionally we're going to experience a lot of bad combos here. Because Kabam is known to drop a ball quite frequently without calculating the full extent of what they're doing. Like a great example here is Variant 6, that what's yours is mine path, where you basically had like 3 champions that are viable for that lane, or you had to fork up for a new mastery. Similar situations could happen here, where there are many matchups where there's like none or maybe a couple decent counters, if Kabams are careful. So I think this is a very high risk, high reward scenario where if they do their job right, they can make the fights and nodes and everything else significantly more interesting, because now they have a foolproof way how they can bypass the issues by omitting the champions from said groups. At the same time, if they're not careful, we're gonna be fucked. Because even if they do mess something up, it's not like they're gonna make the changes in 1 day or 2 days and you will already have been dead or stuck or lost the war or something.
My guess is that if they make a mistake, they're gonna leave it there the entire season.
Well, or that, we don't know.
And if they do that, you're just gonna see nothing but those defenders like out of control, and that's gonna be stupid.
So it can be very good, and I'm hopeful. I hope it's gonna be very good. But it's also a very scary and risky thing in a sense.
Like I said, cautiously optimistic. I know they can do a lot of great things with it, but there's gonna be some mistakes and bumps around the way. We're not going to be able to anticipate those, and when they happen, it's gonna be how quickly they get it corrected. And again, I know it's not going to be changed. I could almost say at least it will be during the 3-day week of that season of war. They will not change the thing. Now, whether or not they make it be, if they make it be the entire season,
they can prove us wrong. They can make something awesome. They can revitalize the Alliance War. Even though I still think that there is quite much bigger overhaul coming to Alliance War soon. But I think this tool, because that's what it is. It's a new tool for them to design more different nodes more freely and being able to bypass the limitations that they have set to themselves with these champion tags.
Definitely that. And I would just like to see how they handle it. Could bring some good things.
Yeah, it most definitely can. Again, there's absolutely a lot of marvelous things that they can do. For instance, when they, again, as I mentioned before, when they can make some crazy OP offensive and defensive tactics and just push out the more popular champions. Or they can make a tactic like an underdog, for instance, where they make any meme absolutely busted and broken, like as a group. Any champion who has XY, like any champion who's in this group, whatever, literally call it underdog. Gather out all the memes and give them 1000 attack and 1000 crit rating and 1000 whatever, and give them some bonkers abilities. They can easily do that and completely reshape the face of AW.
Yeah, can.
So that's quite interesting. But okay, so moving on slightly. Talk specifically about the next points. And this one thing, it really did kind of bug me. So new tactics will be focusing on mid-high tier champs and intentionally exclude the strongest defender. Because
that's bullshit.
The strongest defender. We have found that champions like Dr. Doom, Thing, and Korg are strong regardless of tactic. We're aiming to help champions that are decent on their own now shine with tactic rather than push the strongest even further. And the sentiment's fine.
Yeah, it is.
I don't mind the sentiment at all. I like the idea. However, when you take a look at the defensive and offensive pulls, which we're going to go through in a second, it is less than similarly balanced, I'd say.
It's in other words, what I think they did is I think they made the pools and then made that statement afterward, not looking at who was in the pool.
Probably, because that's definitely looks, because it can be that they missed out that many champions, because, okay, so if the defender is a W regenerator, whenever they trigger regeneration effect, so it doesn't have to be an actual regeneration buff, it can be passive regen. The biggest question here is also, does it trigger by willpower? Because if it does, we're screwed.
Exactly, if it triggers willpower, we're definitely screwed.
Okay, so the 3 up to power gain passives, granting, what is it, 20% of their max power over 6 seconds, something like that. Either way, this power gain is removed when the defender is heal blocked and will not trigger for the first second of the fight. Okay, so let's go. So, the regenerator champions. Angela, okay, who cares? Blade. Blade's a relatively tricky defender. Cable can be a relatively tricky defender, but so far so good. We're kind of like middle of the pack, right? Darkhawk is quite famous for being a bit of a pain, but if you play it right, he will never really regen because you don't knock him down. Diablo Green Goblin can be a crazy pain because he regens randomly and crazy. Guillotine 2099 is a top tier defender. Or the Dark Iron Man King Groot.
Always has been.
King Groot could be even a nightmare with this new one. Magic, Man-Thing. Man-Thing is one of the more annoying defenders. Anyway.
He's annoying by far on defense, especially Awaken.
Yeah, exactly. There are many crazy no combos that go with that guy. And especially consider every time he will throw a special attack, he will trigger regen effect. So, and he's Mystic Champion, and if you try to dex it, so it's gonna be Mystic Dispersion, it's gonna be this new node. Oh, mamma mia. Okay, so we have Mephisto, Mysterio, both of them are also annoying defenders. Puncher 2099, annoying defender. Sabertooth, still a defensive staple. Mr. Sinister, still a defensive staple. Sorcerer Supreme, also a defensive staple. Both Ultrons, Wolverine and Old Man Logan. I don't understand one of these Ultrons, though, because one Ultron has 0 regeneration abilities. Everybody else on that list does have some regen.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes no sense.
The Ultron that you get in Labyrinth of Legends has 0 regeneration. So
exactly.
I don't know what he's doing there. I'll be honest.
I don't know. Whatever. I think that they didn't think it through.
Yeah, I think somebody is again showing inaptitude.
They don't play the game?
Hmm?
They're showing they don't play the game?
Lack of intelligence, research, attention to detail, call it how you will. But he has no business there because, yeah, he doesn't regenerate.
Yeah, Ultron Classic doesn't regenerate, so that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I think they just saw Ultron and was like, oh yeah, Ultron regenerates, right?
Which is exactly the type of point that I brought up before. This new tool will give them ability to expertly craft wonderful, wonderful interactions and crazy fun nodes. But if people like that make mistakes like this, there is no chance in fucking hell they're gonna get anything right. Like, you know, you can understand my skepticism here. If you don't know even which
simple.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know which champions can and cannot regenerate, how the hell are you meant to design good fights?
Exactly.
So
that's what's frustrating.
I'm really worried, I'll be honest. I'm really, really worried.
I'm with you on that one. I mean, it looks like a minor oversight, but then you think, well, that's a minor oversight, but what is the minor oversight that is going to affect it?
Yeah, exactly, because minor oversight like this is the reason why so many people get shafted in variant 6, for instance.
Right, correct.
Because I didn't think that there are only like 4 weakness champions and like villains. And yeah, exactly. So again, this specific node, I think the key question here is whether it triggers willpower. If it doesn't trigger willpower, we're good. We're good. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of power locked champions, and now we're gonna have this AW damage over time, where we have like Venom. I expect Venom to be more used in offensively, possibly Tigra.
Yeah, definitely, I could see Tigra.
Yeah, we can actually go through the list first, and then we can add heal block champions. Because I'm gonna go to Danris SK and see which champions are able of heal blocking. But as we go through this, why don't you start going through the champions?
The champions for which one?
that we potentially will have offensive uses for.
Oh, the offensive uses for the regeneration? Okay.
No, I mean AW, damage over time. Which ones you actually see realistically being brought in Tier 1 Alliance Wars?
Oh, just... Okay, which one? I understand what you're saying, but you're saying just with the damage over time ones? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me look. I need hold on, I gotta find the post, because I was just looking at it through your screen.
You can look it through my stream as well. It's in front of the screen. Marked in now.
Okay, now it is. it was still showing the regenerating ones. I couldn't see the pan. Okay. I'm not, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so, anyways. Black Panther. Unless he gets buff, nobody's gonna use him.
No.
Black Widow Deadly Origin.
Maybe?
Maybe, because I don't really quite see that. Because she's like a fun champion, she has good damage, but she doesn't have any real utility for Alliance War. Like, why would you bring in that Black Widow Deadly Origin over, I don't know, Elsa, Night Rusher, Tiger Venom, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she gets brought in, but I doubt it. Blade, I do see Blade perhaps coming back, because Blade can just parry, put on the bleed, and take care of it, and just go ham.
I think you may see more people, especially because a lot of people that have been playing this game a while have ranked up Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the ability to regen is going to be great for, you know, wars, as long as they're not heal blocked in any way. Yeah, that could be really great.
I see Blade perhaps coming back a bit.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Unless they, like, the other problem is, too, unless the defender itself, the damage over time defender is bleed immune, that could be a problem.
Yeah, that is true.
Carnage, you have a ranked up Carnage, but I don't know many people that do.
I don't see him in Tier 1 Alliance Wars, because in Tier 1 Alliance Wars you kind of need, like, foolproof fights and the creme de la creme.
Yeah. Elsa, I don't know, I could see that possibly.
I could see Elsa coming in. I could see that, potentially, for this tactic, if this tactic is used.
Right. Gwenpool, no.
No.
I don't think most people have her ranked up as a 6-star, and I wouldn't bring in a 5-star.
Hitmonkey.
Doubt
it.
Probably not.
Very squishy. Hulkbuster,
Hulkbuster,
maybe, but not really.
Maybe. The only reason I'd say maybe is if you have an awakened one, and if you get low for whatever reason, it could regen, but probably not. Hyperion probably would.
Yeah, Hyperion I can kind of see. Iceman.
Yeah, Iceman. No.
Yeah, maybe if we still have the. Incinerate Poison. How do you call them?
Yeah, I mean maybe for that particular node, because there's not a 6-star Iceman, so I just can't see a 5-star. He hits so low.
Oh, maybe he's about to come.
Yeah. Killmonger, maybe.
Maybe Massacre, probably not. Medusa, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually not really, because Medusa takes forever to put on a damage or time effect.
Oh yeah, no, that does. Yeah, that takes
well, I
a
mean,
long time.
If you armor shatter them from start, with like a power start one boost, maybe.
Yeah.
Smallman depends on the buff.
Depends on the buff, yeah. Namor could.
Yeah,
if someone already has it ranked.
Yeah, Namor could end up seeing in the Nebula, doubt it. Night Rusher could, because of the true accuracy.
Could, yeah.
Old-Man Logan, no. Ronin, no.
Ronin, no.
Sasquatch,
maybe.
Nah, I don't think so.
He maybe could.
Maybe.
I don't think he would, but I don't know. I think he's got as much potential as a Hitmonkey would, and I don't think he would. So yeah, probably not.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl, probably not. Daredevil's Devil Hell's Kitchen, doubt it.
Nope.
Tiger, possible. Venom, yes.
Possible.
Venom already is broken now and then.
So what is that, like 5, 6? That's only like 6 people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But
I mean,
there's still the heal block, right? Because remember, if you heal block them, then
there's a lot that could be like, it's not gonna help. I think Venom, Blade, Namor, those 3 people have ranked up already that could be used.
Yeah, we have like a list of champions. You can't see the first ones there. So, Civil Warrior, no Darkhawk. It's not easy to get to level 3 to access that heal block. Dr. Octopus I could actually see being used in wars now with that power gain, because spawning a power gain, you can like power lock them automatically.
Yeah, and the heal block. Mysterio has a heal block. Know that.
Yeah. So you have Gladiator Hulk, probably not. Iron Man 21, probably not. Kang, no. Mysterio is first one. Mysterio I could see being used offensively because he has very easy to access heal block. So he's gonna
Definitely.
shut down the power
the
gain.
healing down. Yep.
Procs, don't think so. Punch at 2099. Possible he has an automatic heal block kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see people bringing him in, especially if they're going to take the not all or nothing, but that power gain mini where some people place vision on sometimes. I could see them, but not in tier 1. I don't think they do that in tier.
Sentinel, maybe.
Maybe Sentinel.
Visions would work very well because they have power control and heal block.
Yeah, and now that we've got Age of Ultron in a 6-star, I could see that being as possible.
Yeah.
Archangel too, he could possibly go in.
Yeah. Ooh, Alice actually has a double thing because she heal blocks from start of the fight already if she's like on Suicide Mastery, so that could be very potent option.
That'd be great. I don't think people are going to use Ghost Rider.
And Warlock.
And definitely not Scarlet Witch, not going to have a ring.
So, overall though, let's be honest. We can talk as much as we want about this of damage over time and regenerator. Realistically.
Yeah.
It's replacing Stubborn, but do you think it will be as popular as Stubborn was?
Absolutely not. No. This one's going to be one of the ones that probably you'll rarely see. I can 100% see you rarely see them.
I wanted to say so as well, because this tactic also, I think, completely opens doors for Quake and Ghost.
Yeah, Quake and Ghost will
Quake and Ghost are going to make a comeback. Quake and Ghost are going to shred everything in Lines 1 again, I think.
Definitely.
Okay, but anyway, so this is instead of Stubborn. So before we move on, do you have any farewell words you want to say to Stubborn?
What do you mean? Do you think anything that
Did you enjoy Stubborn?
Oh, I mean, I hated it when it originally came out until they changed it where you got the offensive ability as well. So like you could bank the ability to like if I parried with Doom, I could all of a sudden.
Remember that originally they wanted to give them like 3 stacks of indestructible instead of 1?
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. I was like, are you kidding me? That was so dumb.
They originally wanted to give Stubborn 3 stacks of indestructible for a single deck.
Can you believe that? If that would have happened, I would have been so pissed.
I mean, it did happen,
like, seriously?
but changed quickly.
Yeah, because you make a mistake one time and now you have 3 times you got to take a hit. I mean, that's ridiculous. Whether it be blocking or parrying. I mean, you have a boss fight, that'd be insane. But yeah, I think it's more about, just I'm not going to miss Stubborn. The only thing I liked about it was when you got the offensive abilities that came into play after it was like a 1 or 2 seasons without that. And I mean, we learned to play around it after a while.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that I really liked about Stubborn, that it limited the usability of Quake and Ghost, and I think that was done quite well.
Yeah.
And overall, I definitely must say that I much preferred Stubborn Wars over Siphon Wars, over Flow Wars. There's so much better.
Yeah, I think because Flow was not something you could control as easily, and Siphon was just kind of the same way. I mean, it was just stupid.
Yeah, because ultimately, Stubborn, what did it do? It made the fight last longer, for most part, right?
It definitely made the fight last longer.
Think about what Flow did. Flow made you eat 73,000 level 3s. Those seasons were filled with level 3s to the face. Couldn't run from it, couldn't avoid it. Just eat it.
Do you remember the last part where Flow was being used was right when Mojo came out? And that was like the worst boss to have to fight Flow.
Yeah, the Flow Mojo boss, man. It was scary, dude. Scary, dude. And also Siphon. Siphon was one of those, again, where you might not eat flat out level 3 and die immediately, but the amount of chip damage you took in Siphon Wars was stupid, man. It was just stupid. It's like they do a couple of those attacks of Siphon even after you parry, and that's it. It's like half your health bar gone afterwards. Oh man, I much preferred Stubborn over both of the other ones.
I agree with it.
So, Now
what
that
about,
we are saying goodbye to Stubborn,
yeah.
we are saying hello back to Bulwark. Do you remember what Bulwark does?
Gosh, I don't remember exactly. Was it something about, Bulwark? It was like something about armor ups, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was though.
1 second, I'll try and find it. Okay,
I'm
basically
looking
for
forward to.
hashtag metal.
It was hashtag metals? Okay, I knew it like Iron Man Infinity War was a bitch with Bulwark. I remember that.
So I want to find that. Okay, here we go.
I found it. Oh,
Found
okay.
the perfect picture. Open link in new tab. And drop it
I'm
here.
actually pulled up all 5 of the old
Whoops,
Defender
wrong one.
tactics so I can look at it now.
Okay, so open image in new tab. Here we go. There we go. Absolutely wonderful. So metal defenders are immune to armor break effects. Whoops. Why is this wrong? Did I make a whoopsie?
There you go. You got
There
it.
we go.
Well, now it is.
Yeah. Metal defenders are immune to armor break debuffs. So Magneto, he's gonna struggle a bit. Whenever a metal defender loses more than 3% of their max health from a single strike, they gain an indestructible buff for 10 seconds. This indestructible is removed when the attacker finishes a special attack and goes on cooldown for 10 seconds when the indestructible buff ends for any reason. And obviously then we have the hashtag metal.
Right.
And
you know the funny thing is, if Bulwark was heavily used today, I think Magneto would just destroy him.
also keep in mind, if the attacker, so offensively how you can counter it, if the attacker is metal, whenever damage over time debuff is applied to the defender, remove all indestructible buffs created by Bulwark defensive tactic. So if you use like Dr. Doom or something, you just fuck everybody and remove all the indestructibles anyways.
Correct.
So overall, I don't think it's going to be a major problem.
Nah.
Don't think it's going to be a major problem at all, to be honest. Especially because, again, if the attacker is metal, whenever damage over time debuff is applied, it's going to be quite easy.
Yeah. I'm thinking this one isn't going to be used. Like,
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be overly popular.
It was not the greatest back whenever people used it. It's not going to be used now either. I mean, the honest truth is they really need to get rid of. They should half these because there's four of them, right? 4 tactics.
3.
Oh, there's 3. Okay. Well, I was like, just get rid of one of them because you don't need 3. You just need 2. It's not. I mean, because you.
I actually like
can
if
tell,
we had a few more.
Yeah, I would love to have more. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the fact that we know for a fact they're not all created equal. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do. And then we have the protect. Protect. I'm trying to find where is the link to the protect image, but so protect is going to be the one that we are likely going to
The one
use.
we think. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking most people are going to be using. I think you agreed with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like.
Okay, here we go. Found it.
Got it. Good.
Open image in new tab. Protect. We got the protect app. Right. So, whenever the attacker deals more than 300% of their base attack in a single hit to a large or extra large defender, the defender gains a stack of protection, reducing all damage taken by 30%. Stacks of protection are capped at 4, and the defender loses 2 stacks when they are intercepted. Offensive tactic to counter it: if the attacker is size large or extra large and they knock down the defender, all stacks of protection from defensive tactics are removed. So this is going to be the one that we actively.
I've already seen it twice, so yeah.
Yeah, we have seen it a bunch. We have also Enzo here, so. Hi Enzo, big fan.
Hey, Enzo, well.
Okay, but the thing with Protect is obviously that it involves a lot of nasty defenders. Very large group of it, because we have our things, Modocs, Mortal Abominations there. We have Thor Ragnarok, Korg, Mole Man, Apocalypse. I didn't know that Mr. Sinister is large. What the hell?
He's
Okay,
a large.
cool. Saber
I guess so.
Table Bishop. Stryfe now is large as well.
I can see Bishop. Bishop could be a pain.
Yeah, and then we have Warlock, Hulkbuster, Sentinel, Hyperion, Venom, Terrax, Airwalker for
Terrax is a potential for being problems after the buff.
And then from Mystics we have Mojo, Morningstar, Sasquatch, Man-Thing, Jags, Dragon Man, Dormammu. So we have a very solid base, right? And I think this is what we're gonna see a lot. Now, on the personal bright side, Quake and Ghost are shredding it.
Yeah, Quake and Ghost are going to come back in wars big time now that Stubborn's gone, and I think you're going to see a lot of teams use that. They're going to have to, people that haven't used Quake and Ghost as much in wars are going to have to kick off the rust, make it go. But yeah, for sure, it's going to be the ones that can get rid of the not. Big,
yeah, I think I'm already actually seeing that pretty much everybody is.
Already bringing them in preseason.
Yeah, well, as I said, even last season when Stubborn was around, I seen a lot of people use.
Well, because not all defenders were stubborn, so yeah, obviously they were going to bring them in for non-stubborn defenders.
Kind of the idea behind Protect is you make vast majority of the map a lot easier. Right?
Correct.
But there are like a handful of nodes that can actually get killed. And it might not be the best strategy for lower tier wars, but in high tier wars, which were pretty much always fought in single digit death, it doesn't matter that the opponent can easily clear 42, 45 of your nodes. If you get a few kills, just a couple, in your battle group's defense, you're already doing your part to win the war. Let's say if battle group gets 3 kills in defense, average, then opponents have died 9 times thereabouts, and that is more than enough to find an opening to win a war in high tier wars. So that was kind of like the idea behind Protect, because if you have like Thing or Immortal Abomination or some other champions on those nodes that are very hard, and then the rest of the map is fine.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more Abomination. Not Abomination, I'm sorry. Apocalypse bosses, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Apocalypse boss on Protect is a hefty guy to deal with. And
I mean, he'll overshadow Thing because of his natural ability.
I think Thing also could be very annoying to deal with. Maybe.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Because there's a lot to deal with on a Protect fight if you're using somebody. But I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, let's say if you had a rank 3 Sig 200 Thing versus a rank 3 Sig 200 Apocalypse, I think I'd put Apocalypse over. That he's going to be.
I'm sure both of them are going to be up there quite often, to be honest.
They're both going to suck. But I mean, you'll just be able to get over them.
Yeah. Speaking of that, since we do have meaningful change happening now for Alliance War, I wanted to let the people know that are watching right here, right now, that I plan to do the same thing I did for this previous season, where I record attackers used in every single war, note down which defensive tactic it was, and then at end of next season, we're going to be able to see kind of like the actual meta. With I feel this champion was amazing, but I brought him in for 2 wars, or none of that. We're just going to go strictly by the numbers. I'm going to check how often each champion gets brought in an Alliance War, by our alliance, by our opponents, so on and so forth, just like I did in season 22.
Well, of course, that probably would be different because I'm a different. I was gonna say, if you want, I could also add my information.
Well, you can
give you that.
I can send you like the framework for.
Yeah.
The,
keep track of it.
And we can kind of like do 2 sheets because it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it does.
And I can send you like a copy of that sheet where we both keep track, and then we both update it every week, and I make a video on it weekly. How far we have gotten.
Yeah, we can make a Google, if we have a Google sheet and we share it, I can have 1 tab for my wars and 1 tab for yours, and we can track.
Can Quake...
Because that way you can see it You can see it from the top tier and then like the platinum.
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean.
sure. That would be interesting. Also,
shut up and take my money.
we have a shut up and take my money.
GR8 $1.
And this is a quick question that's how I'm gonna answer it. So can Quake Footloose Mini in AW? Yes. You need to Quake fully. You can't block, but yes, because it also has kinetic transference. I quaked Footloose thing today with Quake or something. So yeah, you can do that. Right. So back to Protect. So definitely the Alliance defensive tactic that I expect to be facing. And kind of moving on to the next point here as well. Do we expect rank up changes? Because a lot of these champions, many people didn't rank up before, and I expect that we're going to see a lot of champions getting ranked specifically for Protect if that becomes the dominant defensive tactic. Maybe not quite at the beginning of next season, but throughout the middle to next season, and if there are no major shifts for season 25, I expect a lot of 6-star rank 2-3 Howard Ducks. I expect some more Cables, because Cable actually has some uses now. Bishop can be annoying. I expect
Bishop,
some Joe fix it, maybe, don't know, but definitely some like.
And I was telling you this because I just recently ranked up I ranked 3'd my Elsa. I think she's going to be a star of a lot of these wars for attackers. I could see people bringing her in if they have her up, or ranking her up possibly to take down Protect defenders.
Yeah, obviously these are going to be also offensive rank ups, so I do think we're going to see more,
Sure.
let's say, Dragon Man offensively, maybe Morningstar,
Yeah,
maybe Mojo.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially if like you're someone that has like a 5-star and a 6-star Mojo. You
Yeah.
have one on defense, the other one is
But
it's attack.
like it's, yeah, because we did rank ups for Flow, for instance. I have a rank 2 Heimdall, which was partially ranked up for Flow.
Yeah,
And stuff
I had
like
to do. My God, who did I do for Flow? I think it was Iron Man Infinity War part of Flow? I can't remember.
Think so, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Oh, so I had to rank 2 my Iron Man Infinity War back in the.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely think, especially with, I know it's not the case for everybody, but I'm speaking from like the top tier perspective of Alliance War. Tier 5 class catalysts are becoming more and more available, and it's definitely gonna be quite a lot easier than it would have been, let's say, half a year to take your Gladiator Hulk to rank 3 and 6-star. I doubt we're gonna see, like, you know, bad champions. But then again, like Kenobi alliances and some others are definitely gonna be ranking up like pretty much everything to rank 3 that fits this, if this is the go-to plan.
Correct.
So you guys might see some interesting rank ups on my side as well, just saying.
Yeah, I'm actually. That's kind of cool though, because I think maybe we'll see. I think we'll see some different playstyles, maybe, and different things happening that we wouldn't normally see without these. So in some ways, this does help. Like for example, like, I mean, who knows? Maybe a 6-star Joe Fixit will end up being God tier or something.
I doubt it,
Yeah,
but I can definitely see, for instance, myself, instead of ranking up Sorcerer Supreme, taking up now the Mojo that I duped, or a Dragon Man, for instance.
Or
Or
Dragon
if I
Man,
dupe
yeah,
a Man
yeah.
thing,
See,
I
both
would
of
mind taking
those-
that up.
At both of those, I have a 6 stars Awaken, and my Sorcerer Supreme isn't. So I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
like maybe
and
I
I
may
can
take
definitely see people taking King Groot to rank 3, for instance. Is it a tank?
Some people love using King Groot for like Alliance Quest if they have a right path for him. So I can definitely see that.
Terrax going up. Venoms are already going up.
Yeah, Venoms already are.
My Heimdall may go to rank 3. I don't know. Hope not. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that one, but might happen.
Obviously on the science side, Immortal Abomination. You could see more Immortal Hulks going up.
Yeah. Gladiator Hulks we're
than
definitely
used to.
going to see flying about.
Gladiator Hulks, Red Hulks always. She-Hulk always. Luke Cage maybe.
Yeah, I see
Maybe some
Luke
more
Cage
Luke
might be
Cage.
an option as well. Because you have this
Yeah.
damage mitigation with that indestructible, with something, you could have something there.
Yeah, I think Luke Cage may be one that is going to end up being ranked up a lot.
So it's going to be interesting to see some new rank ups for sure. Because that always happens, like people rank for defense. It's not something that anybody enjoys doing, but if alliances are taking more seriously, something that kind of has to be done. You can't expect winning Alliance War when you, assuming you have identical offensive capabilities, but if all your champions are like 5 stars, 565 or whatever, and you're going up against 6-star rank 3s exclusively, obviously the Alliance who puts in the work on defense are more likely to win.
Exactly. You got to make sure you.
But yeah, so it's gonna be quite interesting. Right.
The other
So that's
change. I said now the other change.
yeah, removal of links. What do you make of it?
I think it's similar to what we saw with the removal of some links and paths of Alliance Quest, especially with Map 7, you know? I think it's good because now you're not waiting to be cleared. It allows the flexibility for, like, maybe if you have alliances that are time zones, and normally you have to plan around that, you can actually just go, okay, pick whatever path we need this person to be on, take these these attackers for these defenders, and just go. And you don't have to wait around and coordinate with everybody. You can just go and clear. I think that's going to make it a lot more streamlined. I think it may go a lot quicker. I don't know. I just think it'll be a lot better. Now, on the flip side, it'll make it easier for your defense to get cleared.
Well,
also,
I
because
don't.
you're not having links or something.
I don't have as unilateral view on this, and I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
Because quite often, the ideal strategies were to leave some of the links up. Because in Alliance War, unlike Alliance Quest, when you have incoming link, there is no champion boost. That means that opponents don't get extra attack, they don't get extra health. They only get additional node. And it wasn't a bad thing, always. For instance...
I see what you're saying.
Quite frequently on left side, there one node that came in, I think in section 1, gave me a power sting every time I fill a bar of power. I often liked that because I could use it to willpower heal, so I asked that link to be left up.
Okay, yeah.
Additionally, I think, again, in section 2 on the left side, one of the nodes was recovery 200% that came in combined with buffet node. If I chose to go the way of heal reversal or whatever, right? I didn't mind that. I did not mind that because I could do the fight easily. And perhaps most importantly, on the right side, there was a very, very hard fight that is like powerful from afar and spite and whatever not. Yeah, that was one of the hardest fights on the entire map. And much more often than not, we chose to leave rich get richer link up. If we were using champions who have like more buffs than defenders, it goes up.
Right.
And then we had much easier time tackling that node because we had gained extra power. So
You're saying.
Ultimately, I don't think it's a bad thing. What's the best say? I think if any game mode needed the links removed, it was probably AQ, because it poses significantly more issues in Alliance Quest, because Alliance Quest links actually give attack and give a lot of annoying nodes, whatever. In Alliance War, Alliance War is shorter compared to Alliance Quest, and I understand where mid to low level tier Alliance definitely will enjoy the fact that there are no links, and I 100% get it, and I think that, again, it's a decision that pleases vast majority of the players, therefore it's not a bad decision. However, on a personal note, because I am in an active alliance, we never really had problems kind of like that I had to wait forever or hardly ever. But it also gave us more offensive utility because we had more to work with and it involved more of that element of strategy. So I'm personally not a fan of removing those links. Again, I agree that it is a good thing. I'm happy for anyone who feels that way and who is enjoying it right now. For me personally, and for my alliance at large, I don't think it actually helps.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. There was ways to, I mean,
benefit
let's be honest,
from those links.
There was ways to cheese the node.
Well,
so
not cheese, but benefit, make the fights better.
It was still cheese in the node. The node was not intended that way. You know that.
Well,
It's not like Kabam contended.
Whichever way it was, it gave another level of depth where you can use your knowledge of war and knowledge of nodes and how everything works.
I know exactly what you're saying. It gave you the knowledge knowing that, just like great example is with a mini boss island. If you leave the incinerate poison node up, you can ghost a boss fight so much easier if it's like a
kind of similar. It gave you the option how you can place a pre-fight, for instance, with White Magneto to make something easier. This was another one of those where you can just plan a bit around, tell somebody to hang back for a bit, and you had an easier time taking a hard fight. So
I completely agree with you. I just think that's an advanced tactic, and they were looking for something to... You know what would have been a better option, KT?
Leave it for tier 1?
No. Give you the option, if you're in the tactic wars, to have it either linked or unlinked.
Yeah, maybe.
Just have an option. Just like you can pick the tactic. Do you want to have links in your sections or not?
Yeah, possibly. But either way, obviously, ultimately, it's not a bad thing. We can agree that it's going to help a lot of players.
Yeah, but I totally see what you're coming from, and I agree, because there has been times where I have taken link nodes in certain sections, especially when it was the left side I used to take, because it would heal me with willpower. I know exactly what you're talking about. I just didn't think of it from the standpoint of, yeah, that's something to use as a tactic all the time, because you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we actually have quite a bit left over to go.
That's fine.
Anyways,
I knew this part was going to take a while.
Let's quickly talk about what other changes you expect or would like to see for Alliance War.
They need to change the rewards.
Oh, of course. And Alliance War rewards are well overdue for a change. Alliance Quest kicks Alliance War ass so hard, it's not even funny.
I think it's time. You're going to disagree with me. I can already tell you, okay? So I'm just already preparing myself for you to disagree with me. But I think it's time to do what we all know. Everybody does Alliance Quest. You made a video great video, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, do watch it, about Alliance Quest versus Alliance Wars, comparing rewards and time and everything like that. Everybody does Alliance Quest for the most, okay? Alliance Wars needs to be shards only. And when I say shards only, I'm talking like a lot. I'm talking like get rid of all the rank up stuff and give me a shit ton of shards. If you're masters, you should be getting like 5 nexuses, a class nexus, and like 5 featured or some shit like that. I'm not even joking. I'm like, they should be giving a shitload of champions, because then that's going to get them the ability to sell you rank up materials in their mind. But not only that, give Sig Stones too. Sig Stones and shards. That's all that needs to be rewards for wars. And then give us the rank up materials when it comes down to Alliance Quest and Glory.
I could actually kind of agree with that. I think that would definitely give... I kind of agree with that. No, I'm serious, kind of like, because...
I thought you would disagree with me.
No, because ultimately that is the identity of Alliance War, because that is the reason why Alliance individual war rewards give you shards and nothing else, pretty much.
Right.
And that's pretty much how it used to be. The way it changed, however, with the Catalyst was because Alliance War was the first place where they introduced the highest level items, initially with the Tier 5 basic. It was available absolutely nowhere, no how, except for top tier Alliance War. And that's how they artificially made Alliance War extremely competitive, by offering exclusive rewards to it. And since then they kind of have retreated a bit. However, well, we have already people in chat saying no. Let this be a pay-to-play game.
They're not thinking of it. They're not thinking of it the way we are, because you see, what I'm saying is, you have a place to free-to-play players get the shards, and they can get the rank up materials. Now, you may not be able to do it quicker than somebody that is spending the money, but Kabam can focus on selling the materials, which is what more people, more people are dying to get anyway. So why not? It makes your business plan from a business sense.
No, I mean, but ultimately that's what it is right now anyways. Like 2 Tier 5 basics over the course of 6 weeks is fuck all. You can get quadruple that from Alliance Quest. 30% Tier 5 CC for finishing in Masters is not a lot. You can check out my comparison. Same amount in AQ.
Gives you like 90%.
Gives you 90%, and that's not including if you buy Glory or if you rank in higher spots, whatever. And
Yeah, or the side events. And
yeah, obviously the side events, everything else. So Alliance War in that sense is hell, well, failing in resource-wise hard. So yeah, I'd agree. Just drop them completely. Then it's like, what's the point?
Like,
It's
I
not like
think-
it's offering much there anyways, but significantly chunk up with like Nexuses and 6-star shots and crap like that.
yeah,
And then make a
I
game
think-
mode where Alliance Quest
Yeah.
is how you manage your roster, whatever you have, and Alliance War is where you can try and compete and enjoy expanding it.
enjoy and get a new champions.
Yeah, and maybe get
like
some-
I said,
And you can easily make some
Stone.
sort of 6-star Alliance War Nexus Season Crystal, for instance, where they
Yeah,
have like
you know what?
different quality
Oh
pools in
my
it, and you can go
God.
wild with it, man. You can do a ton
know
of
what they
things if you
could
just
do?
focus it properly.
KT, you know what they could do? They could make a specific champion that is only available first in Nexus crystals for War Nexus crystals.
Yeah, they
and
can
it's
do
only
all
available
of that.
for
For
like
instance, that Sigil Scarlet Witch that it's there. Or they can flat
Yeah.
out offer a 6-star champion.
Yeah, it's just there's so many possibilities. I think it really needs to be 6 stones and champion shards and Nexus crystals for Alliance War, like only. Get rid of the T5CC, get rid of
Yeah,
the tier 5
I'd actually
basic,
like
get
to
rid
see
of the
that,
tier 2
definitely. I'd
alpha.
like the Alliance War Awards to get that proper identity back. Remove
Yeah.
the Pitbull Catalyst map because it's so far behind Alliance Quest as it is. And I think that then it would make it more interesting as well, because then both of the game modes wouldn't be exactly competing. Where, like, oh, because Alliance Quest gives you so much more stuff. But then that way, it would be that Alliance Quest gives you that stuff and Alliance War gives you that stuff.
Yeah, that's why I think they should do. Now, will they ever do it? I don't know. But if they're smart, they'll listen to this friggin' KT time and know that we came up with a way to make Alliance War more competitive and exciting. If they do something
I think
that
definitely
simple.
offering like new champion, let's say, the release an exclusive champion that's available for
What if they said?
top
What if
3
they said
ranks
next
as a
season?
6-star and top 20 as a 5-star or something.
Yeah. What if they said next season that you're going to be able to get your first shot at a 6-star Hyperion from a Nexus crystal, only available in Rank Wars, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Master or
Yeah, no,
Platinum
could
1.
definitely be
or, you know,
interesting.
yeah,
Okay, for me personally
cool.
though, I think most important thing and change that I want to see is with these defensive tactics, because it is a very, very useful tool. But I'm bloodily terrified from Kabam messing it up. Because they have literally, by making this one simple change, and whoever came up with it is a very clever man, to be honest. But it's terrifying how many possibilities they can do, because they can go absolutely nuts with it, right? They can make like a W underdog and have all the meme champs in it, right? They can make, I don't know, the ugly group, whatever, all the ugly champions and monsters in it, and like accent on Elsa Bloodstone shredding them, and whatever. They can do a ton of different things, right? And
yeah, exactly.
I'm just terrified. I'm terrified because Kabam has extremely poor track record when it comes to balance. They eventually get it to a reasonable degree, but it always comes with a cost of players, stress, tears, blood, potions, and despair.
Exactly.
And this is a very big thing. I'm afraid of. Right.
I know. We're just gonna have to play it by ear.
Yeah, so the last quick thing, we're gonna briefly mention Stryfe, because there has been a lot of fuss going around with the guy as well. So let me get back my display capture, let's jump in Stryfe's mechanics. Here we have Stryfe Spotlight. And I think from what we have seen, well, I'll ask you, from what we have seen, what's your kind of like conclusion, best you can draw it without using the champion?
Without using the champion, all I can say is he's a good champion. He's gonna have some uses. He's gonna have some fun damage and things you can do with him. He's definitely gonna be one of the top mutants, I think, when everything's said and done. And I'm not talking like number 1 or anything, but I mean, I think definitely top 10 for sure. Maybe even top 10 champs overall once everything's said and done. But I just can't say that he's like the replacement Aegon, and you can't compare him to Aegon and all that stuff. I'm just so sick of those. That's what I am. But I think that's where I think. What about you? KT?
Yeah. I was just taking a deep sigh because there has been a lot of frustration with the champion. And the worst thing is, I like the champion. I like what he can do, and I like his utilities. Not necessarily his playstyle. I think it's gonna be a bit tricky to get used to. I think it's not gonna be always available. But ultimately, I do think he's a healthy alternative for every type of content.
Yeah.
However, his ability kit and ability set is gonna be diagonally different to aforementioned skilled champion.
Right.
At the same time, I do think he will have his use. My problem with him, however, and this is a big problem, is because he has a lot of negatives for a champion model that is likely going to end up sitting on a bench a lot. Yeah, because he has tricky to play style, so I don't think he's likely going to be, let's say, your go-to AQ or AW option. Because for that, you need stability, you need consistency, you don't need any fancy shenanigans, you need to get through your path without dying or using AI. So I don't think he's going to be a popular option anywhere there. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but yeah, I would love to be
at the same time, when you look at like the nodes and the restrictions that we are frequently getting, right? He is a champion, like many vast majority of the new champions, that heavily relies on his ability to access special attacks and to access them freely. And that's one of the Kabam's new most favorite things, is to mess with his access to special attacks.
I can definitely see that.
So any power issue nodes like those static blasts or whatever, or even the power alternators or whatever you have, all of those are gonna mess with him hard. There are gonna be a ton of places where you can't use him. Also, people who showcased Stryfe in about 90% of the scenarios did it with Suicide Masteries. Fact of the matter is, he is completely unfriendly to Suicide Masteries. Right?
Yeah.
So that's a big. It's kind of like a situation with Longshot. Longshot really shines brighter if you run Suicide Masteries. But you're normally not running Suicide Masteries if you use Longshot. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because you'll just die.
recall yourself to death. And that also kind of like exaggerated that use. And last thing that I wanted to say with him, and that ramp up, obviously all ramp up champions have innate weakness, where if you take him in, you either have to use him for pretty much all or most of the fights along the way, but you cannot bring him in to counter something specifically and expect anything great. It's kind of like Aegon, yeah? You bring in Aegon, you can't really bring him in for one fight. You need to find where you can ramp him up, and then you can access his utilities. It's going to be similar to Stryfe. You're not going to be able to bring him in for 1 or 2 fights. All that being said, plus the fact that he's quite reliant on like those horseman apocalypse abilities and whatever else, the cable synergy. I just realistically think he's gonna do his Everest stuff just fine. We have seen that. Right. But I think when it comes to vast majority of everything else, he's just going to sit on a shelf. More than Aegon does. Many people say, oh, you haven't used my Aegon for that long because I explored, let's say, Abyss. Aegon still has his uses, very good use in like Act 6, Act 7, whatever. Don't think Stryfe is gonna be as used outside of Everest content, which is a worry for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that, but they're gonna figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna be one of those things that hit people once they have gotten Stryfe, once they have been very happy, smiley, used him for Everest content, and then what?
Yeah. Well, you know, what could you say, man? He's definitely one of the best Street Fighter 2 characters we've ever had in Marvel Contest.
That is true. That is very true. And okay, we are
pretty much done.
We're pretty much done. Let's just, because next time we stream, I think it's gonna be, well, February content's definitely gonna be announced already.
Yeah. No.
So next time we stream is gonna be 31st of January.
Yeah, we'll know what the content is. We'll know the new champion. We'll be able to talk more about that.
Exactly. But still, without knowing what's coming in February, what does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me they better not screw us over with this another repetitive piece of crap, hard to decipher side event. That's what I can say.
Alright, this side event, man.
Don't even get me started.
Special.
I'm pissed about it, man. I slugged through my coins from the week before and this week on Friday night. Friday night, and it was just a slog. I hated every minute of it.
Exactly. It's so easy to do one thing wrong,
It's
and
easy.
that's also a problem here, is because if you waste
Yeah.
one coin, you kiss goodbye either 10% TFRCC or 2006 Dash Right.
Yeah. That's
If
why
you
I
waste
waited.
one coin.
I waited like 4 days before I ever did it at the start of the month, before I did any content, because I wanted to make sure I understood it. And I mean, that's like paying attention to everything. And if you guys don't know, this is my job pretty much. I pay attention to everything MCOC every single day, 24/7 with 2 accounts, and it still was a lot for me.
I know. It was kind of like, you know that meme, Crazy Theories? I think I'm gonna find that meme.
Yeah. Show it, seriously. Because you're right. You're right. It's the same thing. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be better than this month. The next month has got to be better than this month with a side event. You know, I don't mind what we had to do to get the 10%. You know, I just think it wasn't explained
No,
properly.
it's tiny, and I need to find better one.
I don't know. This month, it just proves that Kabam still has it in them to make crap content.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, here we go.
With all the amazing Act 7.1 and Variant 6 and Variant 5, we still have crap content.
Yeah, I know. This is quite seriously how this month felt. Like when everybody was talking about side events, we have had like some content creators creating like 6-5 videos describing tactics, and every line room is discussing how to do what. This is literally what was flashing in front of my eyes for all times. Like this is how it sounded like.
When I used to work, my friends and people we worked with, we watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they always said I looked and acted like him with the way my haircut and my beard was and everything. And I'm just like, that's how I felt like this month. I was like, you see, you gotta go here to find here and go there to there, and then you got this, and then you gotta go.
And what's worse, the worst thing about all of this.
Yeah. It's like, you can't do the first 2, because if you do the first 2, then you screw yourself out of the 10%, and you can't use all your coins the second week, because then you need them for week 3 and 4. You know what I mean?
The worst thing about all of this is, and then on top of how messy it was, the worst thing about it, it's also fucking boring. Well, you know?
Well, that's the problem.
Fucking
It's
boring.
like you gotta run the mutant one, and while I'm running the mutant one, it's not, you bring the right counters and you know what you're facing, it's not like anything changes, and you just go through the motion, but then once you're done, you can't even just hit replay. You gotta back out, choose it again, and if you're not paying attention, if it's late at night and you've been running this thing 10 times, what if you accidentally click the wrong difficulty? You know, you can't go back. That's what else is stupid. You know, it's like,
I know.
Don't get me started.
It wasn't like great. Let's just say that. Okay, so for February. So do you think there's going to be anything special coming in February?
I think we'll see. If I'm wrong, you guys can roast me for this, but I think we're going to see a Deadpool or Gwenpool like special event around the Valentine's.
Well, yeah, we're going to have Valentine's Day, right? Which nobody's mentioning.
We're going to have a Valentine's Day event because, you know, that Valentine's Day falls on a Sunday this year. I think it's 3 weeks away from today. I think we'll have a little event. We'll probably have a small calendar around then. We have the Chinese New Year that's also going to be happening next month. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
So we'll have the red envelopes.
I think actually that's going to be about it. We're going to have a side event. We're going to have something for Valentine's Day, probably nothing too big, and something probably for the Chinese New Year.
And
that's going to be pretty much all we're going to get, I think.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, with the Chinese New Year, do you think it will be progression-based, or is everybody getting the same thing?
I hope it's progression-based.
So do I, but I hope they don't screw us. But who knows? Yeah. We'll see. But I know for a fact we're going to get something for Valentine's Day. We're going to get something for Chinese New Year, like a calendar and stuff. There may be a small side event in addition to the regular side event that's like Gwenpool, Domino, Deadpool, whatever. Platinum Pool, who knows? That'd be nice if they give us the ability to get Platinum Pool shards next month again. That'd be, or not shards, you know what I mean, pieces. Pieces for them.
Yeah, those crystals are cool because they give you units.
Yeah, that's why I would love to see those around Valentine's Day. I think it'd be perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Oh, for me again, like so, as you said, expecting something for Chinese New Year, something small for Valentine's. We're gonna have obviously the monthly quest and monthly side event. But here's a big kicker: we're gonna have effectively 6 champions to work with.
Oh, that's right. 2 new champions and the 4 buffs. I forgot about the buffs.
2 new champions, which we're probably gonna get some info on tomorrow. Whoa.
Are you okay?
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thank you, man. Oh, that's a big fat red one.
Jesus Christ. Enzo.
Shut up and take my money.
Kind.
Yeah.
Enzo Eigen 100 Swiss francs. I know that I have made it as a YouTuber since 10 of vid comments are from hot girls. Thank you for your support and supporting others. You are very great. Now to go meet my new attractive friends.
I love those comments, by the way. I like reading them because every time I check my comment section, it's like, ooh, there's a new comment, and every time I see them, I get the pleasure of hiding them from my channel. I do still get them quite a lot, but if you keep hiding them, every time you read a comment, just hide this person from your channel. Don't just delete it, don't just ignore it, just hide them. And the amount you can see gradually decreases. I get like 1, 2 per video, and that's it, then they disappear.
Yeah. 113 USD, by the way.
Huh?
The translation.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, sorry. I'm just telling you. I'm used to telling you when those things.
Okay.
But yeah.
But yeah, thank you, man. Huge thank you. And yeah, that is also close to the finish. As I said, next month, the biggest thing is we're gonna have 2 new champions that we do not know at the moment. So we're probably gonna find out it tomorrow. Then you have Kingpin, Yellow Jacket, Terrax, and Moleman, all of whom needed help. I don't expect
get it.
most of them to be good. I do have a feeling that at least one of them, maybe 2, will be actually decently good.
I think predictions. I think Yellow Jacket and Mole Man will be the 2 good ones. That's my guess. I think the other 2 will be meh.
I think it's gonna be Kingpin and Yellow Jacket.
I can't see it being 2 old ones. I think they're gonna give it to Mole Man.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
I know it's gonna be
because
one of
Moleman
those
and Terrax are technically only meant to have value updates, but both of them need a tiny bit more. They need a slight amount of change.
Yeah, they do. We'll see. What else?
That's about it. Also, how do we consider uploading audio files to Spotify? I might upload them on like Apple Podcasts or something if I can do that. I'll look into that. Hopefully at some point next month as we keep doing them. Also want to see how many people want to watch and hear them though. But yes, I think it definitely is something that is well worth looking into it. And
we definitely will. I can talk to my brother. He does a podcast with his friend. He's been doing it for years.
Oh, that'd be useful.
I'll ask him what he does.
And yeah, next week when we meet up, obviously we're going to stream before that, but next week we should have a lot of new interesting things to talk about.
Let me just say, episode 4 is gonna blow your mind.
Okay. But again, let's say a huge thank you to Enzo for the extreme generosity right there. Everybody seems to be loving me more than they have ever loved recently. Have I done anything special, or you just guys feel sorry for me more than before?
I think it's a combination of that, and they love my sexy voice.
Maybe. But yeah, and also let's say a huge thank you to Mandalorian.
Hey guys, thank you.
And
thank you, KT.
Yeah. And that will be it. Hopefully over the course of next week, probably not, but in a couple of weeks you guys are going to see some major change on the channel again.
It's going to look like his graphic. That's the stuff we got planned right now.
Yeah, exactly. All that being said, you guys have been awesome. remember to recommend this stream to your friends, forward the link to your alliance mates. Lots of interesting, useful stuff discussed, I hope, anyways. And yeah, that is it, and goodbye.
Thanks for listening to me and KT, but mostly me.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information